Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
From a Gnomedex a few years ago, and I realized it would be, I can't talk, it would be the perfect way to end this final conference. So I talked to my buddy Derek, and he said, oh, hell yes. Any of you that was here prior to this year, sorry newbies, are gonna love this. We invite you to join us either at your seat, on the stage, take your pick. Derek Miller and the Gnomedex song.
Let me see if I can use this one.
Beth Koza, come on. Kathy Gill, all our long timers. I know you know this. Come on, guys. Dave Delaney probably knows it. Any of you that know it, come on. You know the words. He's changed like 5 words. That's it.
I'll tell the basic story here. In 2006, Chris asked me to write a theme song for Gnomedex, and I did, and I recorded it, and I put it online. I'm Derek, by the way. And my website's penmachine.com, and it's on there if you look. So we did that song, and it was kind of silly and fun and whatever, and we've used it a few times since then. And then yesterday, Kat said to me, hey, do you want to play it on stage? And I said, I don't remember the chords, because I haven't played it for 4 years. And I don't have a guitar. And she sort of said, oh, well, that's too bad. And I said, well, let me think about it. So I went to my own website and downloaded the song and figured out the chords. And then I had to find a guitar. So this is well, it's not a brand new guitar. I bought it yesterday for $80 because it's beat up and used. And I put I pimped it out, or sorry, gnomed it out with the Gnomedex sticker there. So I sort of put it together and just to reveal this, some of you who are on Twitter may have noticed this. That was me in the bathroom with the iPad. I'm not joking, because if you look at the belt buckle, it's my belt buckle, and I was doing that because I was looking at the lyrics to try and remember them. So now that's become a meme that I wasn't quite expecting. But anyway, did I have anything else I wanted to say about that? No, I think that pretty much sums it up. I updated the lyrics a little bit because back in 2006 there was no Twitter, and people were arguing about stuff like Atom feeds versus RSS feeds, which, does that even seem relevant anymore? No. So I changed a few things. So I'm going to make this into a sing-along, and maybe somebody can hold that? Yeah.
Because I can't sing.
Yeah, I'll move in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I'll be loud while I'm not using the mic. I'll get you to sing along, but really, all you need to sing along with is the word Gnomedex.
You can fake the rest.
That's in the choruses. Every line of the chorus starts with the word Gnomedex, and it goes like this. Gnomedex. Can you do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Gnomedex. Okay, good. Man, it sounds like some sort of revival meeting. I don't know.
It is a revival meeting.
Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Gnomedex, it's geeky fun. Gnomedex keeps us out of the sun. Gnomedex for the girls and boys. Gnomedex with all their high-tech toys. Podcasting, aggregating, video blogging, crazy tagging, startup galleries, Flickr galleries, Wi-Fi melodies, something like that. Anyway,
We're with you.
Chris and volunteers running madly, and of course, don't you forget all the free swag to be had. Gnomedex, it's geeky fun. Gnomedex keeps us out of the sun. Gnomedex for the girls and boys. Gnomedex and all their high-tech toys. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more stuff, because I've got you trapped now. When I first wrote this song, I had cancer, but I didn't know that yet. And by the next year, I knew I'd had it because I'd had surgery, and I couldn't even come to Gnomedex, and I was on the big screen talking about it. And I was wondering every year that Gnomedex came around whether I'd still be around to come here. And now it seems like, depending on how things go, I may have actually outlived Gnomedex itself, which I wasn't quite expecting. Anyway, on with the song. The audience might heckle you while you're on the stage.
Not this year.
Your Facebook privacy settings might cause a rage. You know, I think we really ought to try to blow that fail whale, that big old fail whale, sky high. Yes, we should. Forget CES and Macworld, OSCON and bar camps, netbooks and Android phones and new iPads. Say, look at me. Don't know what makes it so good. We'd write an algorithm to explain it if we could, but we can't. So, Gnomedex, it's geeky fun. Gnomedex keeps us out of the sun. Gnomedex for the girls and boys. Gnomedex with all their high-tech toys. Now, I'm going to do the chorus again, but I'm going to change it a little, so you can just do the Gnomedex part.
Yeah, I'm going to get corporate sponsorship after this.
Everybody get up. Everybody up. Come on, get up, get up, get up. Did you have a good time this weekend? Get up. Up.
Come on. All right. So this is the last one. Gnomedex tickets were hard to get. Gnomedex, is it Web 3.0 yet? Gnomedex, 10 years of geeky fun. Gnomedex, it kept us out of the sun.
Oh, no. I thought he was going to. Thank you, guys. Derek, thank you so much for doing that.
Hey, I want to mention Eric's baby. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Hey, guys, you know, many of you guys who might know Geek Giant, who's come to Gnomedex a lot, is Eric Berto. His wife went into labor this morning, so we have our first Gnomedex baby. She delivered a few hours ago. She's got, the baby's got a Twitter handle called Baby Berto, so we're anxious to see what the new Twitter handle will be. So tell him congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so thank yous and announcements. If I have it, I don't know where it's at. Yeah, I've had a lot of papers this weekend. Here, I've got a definitive list of announcements for volunteers. Is it online? Okay. All right. That's okay. We'll improvise. Here you go. Liana, if you would like to read the list of announcements.
Hey, while he's looking for that, hi, Xander. Hi, Roman. Hi, Viola. Love y'all. Amber, my wife, sorry.
Oops. Okay, so you want me to load the, sorry guys, speaker intro notes. Oh, there we go. Gnomedex 10 volunteer thank you list. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's been a cavalcade of paper and whatnot. So, of the iPad? Okay, so everybody may not be present, but I'm going to start with the volunteers first. From SMC, again, very helpful in getting things going online and here, certainly. Kevin Uri, current president, and Shauna Kazi, by the way, vice president. Kevin, Maya Biznir, I saw Maya here. I don't know if she still is, but she was very helpful last year, too. She did an amazing, amazing job. Now she's doing great work with SMC. Jeff Shui, Barry Hurd, and I don't know if I've said Barb's last name out loud before. Barb, could you help me? Jacobucci? Yeah, okay, good. Veronica Sofer, again, very helpful. Greg Young, and of course, Eric Berto, who is very helpful in coordinating things with SMC and Gnomedex. In terms of the community members from my chat room, which was pretty much the birthplace of Gnomedex, even though these people weren't necessarily around, Creighton Miller, Dave Prentice, Mike and Melody Parks, who came out, a Rockstar Flash developer. That's Mike if you're looking to hire. Lucas Reef, Carson. How do you say Carson's last name? Fujisagi. Thank you. And then Robert Clark. So thank you, our live community members, as opposed to the ones who aren't live. And in terms of the core group of volunteers that kept things sewn together, we have Kat Armstrong, of course, my right hand. Really, and I got to tell you, before I introduce the core team, this year's Gnomedex had about 5 event coordinators, and so this was seriously, it was a really good event. So despite me kind of like raising eyebrows and my voice a little bit, I thought everybody did a great job. Natalie Fonseca, Natalie, she's on her iPad in the back, very helpful as well in terms of coordinating. Liana Shanes also helping coordinate the volunteers in book sales. Michelle Gamboa, who also made it a family affair by bringing in her brother. She brought in her brother Matt, too, who right now is manning the camera. Colin Christensen, of course. Tenacious Ventures, handling AV quite seamlessly, I might add. Very impressive. And the online audience thanks you as well. Kristen Marshall, who's done all the design work for Gnomedex, including the T-shirts, the print. Just amazing illustrator. If you ever need any work done, she does a great job. Ellen Quar, and I don't know if Ellen could be here because she's at her sister's wedding. She helped coordinated the sponsors. Ime Shu, who is a speaker liaison. Ime, of course, she calls herself a noob. She's been on Twitter for almost a year now and has been talking to local artisans specifically on how they could be more active in social media. She's got her Geek Week event happening at Kalia Lounge on Sunday evening after the hackathon. Aaron Hughes, who has been helpful, especially today. Aaron, where are you? I'm sorry if I bit your head off a few times, dude. It wasn't personal. No, thank you very much. Again, very instrumental in helping keep things going. We have Barb Evans, Seattle Wine Gal, who I mentioned helped with the parties, and you will find out tonight. Again, I personally like parties that are great for networking, but there's also something to do, so the trapeze is just going to be a wonderful way to send it off. Stuart Maxwell, probably one of the longest standing Gnomedex volunteers. Stuart, currently going through the graduate program at UW, but he was still very helpful and has certainly been a part of Gnomedex as much as I have. And then Carrie Ann Stitson from Sterling Communication, as well as Kevin. I don't know if Carrie Ann's here. She was kind of feeling under the weather, but she really did a fantastic job at making connections happen. Now, in terms of the party sponsor, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, my parents, Mom and Dad Perillo, Joe and Judy. And as a bit of trivia, they were at 9 of the 10, not Gnomedex 4. I'm the only one to attend all 10 at this point. But there have certainly been people who have been with Gnomedex since Iowa. That's where where its roots are, including Ari Goretsky, who's also a member of my community. He works at ESET and actually has some licenses to give away. I don't know if he's going to walk around at the party tonight and just hand you one randomly or something like that. But watch out for that. Not Ori, he's a nice guy. In terms of the party sponsors, and you guys tell me if I've forgotten anybody. Blue Moon Burgers tonight. Ooh, that means food. That's good. Pipeline Deals from the other night. They're a local startup. Beer to Buds, and I believe that's tonight's sponsor. So beer, and you already know we're having wine. Jones Soda, also sponsored, so we're going to get you sugared up. The Washington Wine Commission, and then Bell Harbor Conference Center. We've had Gnomedex here in Seattle at Bell Harbor every year for a reason. In terms of conference centers in Seattle, it does not get any better than Bell Harbor. Period. End of story. Like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I've recommended this place to so many event producers, and they've all thanked me for it for a reason. Although in the early years, we had some issues with bandwidth. I think most of that's been solved by now, correct? Bandwidth was good? It's because these guys know what they're doing, and the food is always awesome. So thank you, Bell Harbor, for being a friend. Then, of course, Emerald City Trapeze, the location for tonight's party. If the address is not tweeted out, it will be. They're basically allowing us to party there. We sent a whole bunch of geeks their direction. And then Banyan Branch, responsible for the party last night at Sea Sound Lounge. Again, we can't do it without any amount of sponsorship and support. And I'm not kidding, guys. It's not a plea. I can't do this again. It's a great event when it happens, but getting there is very, very stressful. Like, well, Mom says it's like giving birth. I wouldn't know. It's worse, according to Kat, and so it's very stressful. And so when I say I would do it again, I'd have to do it with a professional events company. The problem is when I've taken it to bigger, like, people who do conferences, they want a lot of money, which means I have to jack up the ticket price, and that's something I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to sell out like that. They would also change the event. They're trying to cram more people in the door. I can't fight with the bigger conferences. I can't do that because it ruins the experience. It ruins the community. You know, we could certainly grow larger than 300 people, which is the capacity of the Bay Auditorium here, and we have in the past. But it's a challenge. You know, I know it's a tough economy, and I understand that. You know, when I'm fighting with free events, which are great, it's really a tremendous uphill battle to try to explain why people buy tickets before they know what's going to happen on stage. The best I can do is point to past speakers who we've had before and saying, this is where we've set the bar for last year. This is what we're trying to do. And so when I have to deal with 50 things instead of one thing, I can't do that one thing very well. So when content works, I'm thrilled to death because that's the one thing I can do well. So I'm serious when I say that. I can't do an 11 on my own, and that doesn't mean the volunteers have done horribly. Not at all. They've done awesome. Couldn't have done it without them. But you can't build effectively on volunteer time because that's what they're doing. They're volunteering their time. Some of them treating it like a full-time job, and that's way, way more than I could ever ask of anybody. So I'm serious. I'm interested in options, but there's no way I'm going to break my neck again. I mean, it's great to do, and I love doing it. Sad to see it possibly go away, but, you know, seriously, 10's a nice round number, and I've got OCD. So, again, announcements, reminders, Eastsiders, don't forget that 520 is closed. Ticket for parking is $10 on your way out. Get it validated. Save money on parking. See here. Jason Barger's book, Step Back from the Baggage Claims, available from the Gnomedex registration website. ThinkGeek has that coupon, Gnomedex. One of the sponsors, hover.com, has a coupon code Gnomedex. You save 50% off any domain name registration or transfer. Also, anybody who uses that before the end of the conference will be entered in for a Wi-Fi 3G 64 gig iPad. So if you thought that drawing was rigged, you know, I don't know how many of you are going to actually do that, but the chances might be good you could get an iPad out of that domain name registration, thanks to Hover. No, they both end tonight, apparently. And then, of course, thank you for helping, you know, pay attention to the sponsors, too. It's expensive to put on a conference. And especially when you're trying to put on a conference where you're trying to treat every single person here like a VIP. It's a challenge. And I issue that challenge to every conference producer. Everybody who puts on a party or a group, it's incredibly difficult. They can't do it without help, and they can't do it without financial support, especially when they're trying to create a world-class event at as bottom dollar price as they could possibly go without losing their shirt, which is what I'm about to do in a minute. Fine. So this started out as a gag. No, I'm serious. It started out as a gag when I was hosting a television show on Tech TV, Call for Help. You may have heard of it. And I did something that offended some people in the community, so to make up for it, I wrote on my chest, I apologize, in a Sharpie, which this isn't erasable. I learned to do, or not erasable, but washable markers, and I will spare you from the whiteness that is my chest for a moment longer. Feel free to avert your eyes and turn off the stream if you want. So when I did this, I thought it was kind of funny. I wonder if people would pay me to do this. So I thought, oh, it's stupid, not a big deal. Well, just by doing this, I signed up. Quite a few people wanted to rent my chest, and including my mom. It got her to sign up for a PayPal account to rent my chest for my dad. That's what got her to sign up for PayPal, was me writing on my chest, something random. So Adam asked how much it would cost. I gave him an insane price, I thought, and he said, okay. And so I should have asked for double. Adam, again, is helping host the hackathon, starting pretty much right now, or ish, happening all night till tomorrow at the Edgewater, which is pretty much right next door. By the way, could I get a list of the sponsors to thank who I missed? Because I know there are tons. Okay. I know there's a sheet up here, but this is the only sheet I have. Okay. Weatherbug, Windows Phone, Bing, Real, Face Vision, amazing webcams. Swedish, thank you. This is like the first. This is awesome. This is like social media. They grok it. Bing, if I didn't say that already. Public Insight Network, American Public Media. They produce amazing programming. They're looking for you to contribute. Real, if I didn't say that already. Sorry. Revenues, thank you, Angel. Eventbrite was helpful. Microsoft. 9 of the 10 years, they were our lead sponsor, Microsoft. Could not have done Gnomedex without them. Social Media Club, Griffin, Seattle Wine Gal, much more attractive than that face. Yelp, the WTIA, GoDaddy, Jones Soda, Pop Chips. What? I missed Heifer? Hover. Where's Hover? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Hover. It was hovering right over the thing. Pop Chips, Ustream, Atlas Networks, Banyan Branch, the Greater Seattle Chamber of Commerce. What's that logo? Net 2. Okay. Seagate, PCC. Sorry, guys. I'm reading this upside down. Seattle Geek Week being a part of that. Super Andy Spyware, Zing Nutrition Bar, M3 Pooper Trooper, my favorite poop service. I don't know where I was going with that. The Issaquah Press, the Express Smart Cup, Blog World Expo, Girls in Tech, Deploy 2010, which I will be involved with later this year in IME site, and Hotel Max, PI 2010. Hotel Max was amazing too. And thank you, BBJ, and Pipeline Deals, and this lamp. Really? Nobody the jerk? Really? Okay, fine. God, I guess that was way obscure. What? You don't need anything. Yeah, exactly, except for this lamp. Right. Okay. What? I missed Mashable. Well, yeah, Mashable was helpful, too. Although I don't think they covered Gnomedex. But I appreciate them linking in terms of events. Thank you, Mashable. Yeah, I'm stalling.
So it was like, what, 2005 that you did Rent My Chest, and you did it for like a year or two? And this being the last Gnomedex, I was trying to think back to weird stunts that Chris has pulled in the past and seeing if we could revive them. And I approached him in the hallway yesterday and said, how much to do Rent My Chest again? And he told me, no way in hell. And so then I said, no, seriously, we'll pay, like, a lot. And he's put out a number, and so we're doing it. Excellent. We've got lots of people coming down for photos. So I did have a request on Twitter if we could find a more attractive chest to write on. So if we have any volunteers, you can come up here and we can do that too. Although maybe after hours at the bar when there's not kids around or something like that. We won't repeat that because that could get him in a lot of trouble in the future. So my company, we do phone APIs and do all kinds of stuff where, like, you can write code that'll make a phone ring or send or receive SMS, and we're over at the hackathon helping build some open government stuff. So that's what we're going to write on his chest. We're going to write the name of my company, and we're also going to attach a sticker to a spot on his chest. So come on, Chris, let's go. So thank you very much, Chris. That was awesome.
I'll do anything if you ask politely. Or pay enough, apparently, yes. So for those of you who've never come to Gnomedex before, this is not always how it ends. Yes, thank you, Adam, for sponsoring my chest, coming out of retirement for that.
If anybody happens to want the sticker that he's wearing, I've got a few more if you want to grab one.
Yeah, not this one. This is, I'll probably take it off. I think that's about it. Thank you for a blast. No joke. This was, as far as content goes, in 10 years, and I think Beth would agree in coming to many of those, and my parents certainly. This one beats Waz and Will Wheaton on stage in 2004, and that's saying a lot. It was rock solid up on stage. You guys were great on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. I can't wait to go back through the feeds. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. Take it. Take it back. Take it back to where you go and do something with this social media thing. Don't just go home. This is not just another conference. This is your life. You can make some decisions and change the world. And until the party, we'll see you later.